Do you have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. This message is sponsored by DGS, the Degenerative Gambling Society, aka Cat Nation Live. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cap Nation Live, your Thursday game time edition. We're late. It's okay. We're here. We're proud. We're ready to rock and roll. Still didn't miss the show, but we're here. We are here. Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the having to postpone it. Little one was sick from school. I had to be picked up and taken home and taken care of. Got her situated, and I was able to get back over here, luckily. So, ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll today and make today a good day. She'll be okay, Anthony. I must be a stomach bug or flu rolling around. She had a high temperature. And when I got there, she threw up shortly before. And I think it's going around. Thanks to everybody that reached out. I do appreciate it. The text messages. So, she'll be home from school until at least Monday. Because she had to upchuck. It's all good, though. Station Play 211. What's your username on the website? I will take a look. Actually, I found it, Edmund. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. So, to answer your question, Edmund, you signed up on for the guaranteed play on the 3rd, and it lost. And you did get a makeup on the 10th, because I'm looking at your account right now. You just didn't log in and check. We emailed everybody, letting everybody know the Sunday play was posted. It's your responsibility to log in and get the play, but you had access to it. Your account shows it, that you had access to it. But, unlucky for everybody, but luckily for you, it lost, so you'll get another makeup this Sunday, even though you didn't bet it. But yeah, it's your responsibility to log into your account and check. But I can see you had access extended on the night of the 9th for access all the way through the 10th. And I can see the last time you logged in was at 1:03 in the morning, Eastern time on the 8th. So you didn't log in since early Friday morning. So make sure you log in sometime on Sunday morning so you can access that play. I don't know what day it'll be posted. It'll either be posted late Saturday evening or up to Sunday morning. But everybody's access is always granted. You just got to log in to do it. If it would have been a winner, you would have missed out on it. You wouldn't if you don't log in and get it. That's not the company's fault. So like if it was a winner, you'd just been shit out of luck for not logging in, unfortunately. So make sure you log in. Nathan, the upchuck. The good old upchuck, right? Blake, any of our guaranteed plays, if you're on it and it loses, you'll get one until it wins. Yeah, you get one until it wins as a makeup. So like if you were on my game of the week last week, and we were on a tear, and last week's was just some shit luck, you get this week's for free. So, and that's just with our guaranteed plays. If they have a guarantee on it, then that's what they say. And if they have a guarantee on them, they'll say right next to it, guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. It's one of our, our advertising guaranteed plays. So that's how those work. Michael, she's, I think she's still sleeping. At least that's the word that I got, is she's still out. So got her at home, made her a sick bed. And as soon as I'm done filming here, I'll film for tomorrow, and then we will. Actually, I'll probably come back and film. We'll get done here. I'll probably go home. Probably go straight home and finish my work from there. That way I can be there with her. Alrighty. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a big Thursday. Oh, by the way, there will be a members only video today. There will be a members only video for today. I will film that before I leave. Or, I mean, I can always film that from home too. So, there will be a members only video for all of our YouTube exclusive members, open to all level of members for Thursday Night Football. I don't know where my live chat is, so bear with me while I find it. Members only video will be available for today. So if your name is in green, it doesn't matter if you got the Cap Nation or the Cap Nation family level of membership here on YouTube, you will have access to the members only play. So that should be a good one. And that'll be out later today. I would imagine around... Actually, I'm not even going to give you a time. It'll be out within an hour of game time, but I will definitely try my best to get it out sooner rather than later. Nick, yes. So the way that guaranteed play week package works, the one that has like the 5 guaranteed plays in it, it's basically like you're buying them all individually, but just at a discounted price. So yeah, you would get anyone that lost, you would get a guarantee with it. Now, I know you just signed up, so like if you're owed games, there'll just be one tagged on eventually. Whenever you have an open spot for one, it'll be tagged on. And if for some reason it doesn't, then just send us an email, and like if you're owed one, let's just say, so like you get, let's use Sunday for example, because I know you get the Sunday play, and you just bought that package. So you get the Sunday play for free, you just bought the guaranteed play week package, so you're technically owed 2, right? So let's just say this week it wins. Say next week you buy that same guaranteed play week package again. You're still owed 1, and then you just purchase the package, so you technically get 2. And boom, we go another week. So 2 weeks down the road, you're not on that package, but you're still owed the Sunday play. It should appear in your account, but if for some reason it doesn't, then just send us an email and we'll fix it. But Jay should be able to get all of that done. Brian, send an email, and Jay or I can take a look. But send an email to Jay, to the cd@cappersdirect.com email. Everybody loves fast, easy money, Nathan, right? I know we do. Two weeks as of today. Depending on what plays you have on your package, you would have the package, the plays that it comes with this week, and then whatever you were owed. So it wouldn't. I don't think it would be 2 weeks from today. You would get. Because the next package or the next game is the soccer game of the week, which is today, which you weren't owed because last week's won. So you get the soccer game today. That's off of this package. But it's not technically 2 weeks. It would be whatever plays that you're owed on whatever days, those come out. Because I don't know what day of the week certain packages come out next week or anything like that. None of that's out early. But yeah, I mean, you'd get... I know you're on board for at least this Sunday and next Sunday's play. And I would assume if you were on it last week, my game of the week and the guaranteed Saturday play as well. So I think the only thing you wouldn't get next week, depending on if it wins or not today, would be soccer, maybe. You know? Because you have access to it today. All right, popping up live odds. Not a very busy day in the football department or the NBA department, but there's definitely some betting opportunities in both the one NBA game, the one college football game, the one NFL game, and then obviously all day long because there is, college basketball. And we get East Carolina and Tulsa today in college football, but, we get college basketball. Utah Valley University, North Dakota already going at it with Utah Valley up 34-33 at the half. But we get a moderate size board of college basketball today, and it should be good. It should definitely be good. Premium Plays had a winning day yesterday. I had a little slip up with one, but we'll bounce back strong. No problem, Brian. I'll make sure Jay takes a look at it, and if he doesn't, then I will once I get back home and situated with the little one. LaShawn, thanks for jumping on board that UFC fight pick of the year combo. I know you got a week of the FC Group's personal plays. Nick, you got the same package, but with my personal plays. Glad to have you on board. Scott as well as everybody. Alrighty, so let me log in here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one to start, college or pro? I promise I did not plan that little rhyme right there because that's about the rhyming level of my expertise can get, so... All right. Logging in. All right. All right. If I eventually get it up. There we go. FanDuel does have a 30% live profit boost on any live wagers. There's a 30% profit boost on the NBA same game parlay for today. Let me make sure that's for today too. On any, I like this. 30% profit boost awarded for same game parlay, and the way they list it is classic, right? On any NBA game/games taking place on November 14th. There's one game. The Mavericks and the Jazz. There's one game. Why give us the parentheses with the S, like there's plural, like there's more than one game? There is a there is a max $500 wager on this one. They bumped it up for us. They want us to bet 500. All right, let's take a look. Oh, they bumped it up for me too. The No Sweat Same Game Parlay has a now max bet of $500 in the Same Game Parlay. That's not normal for me on my account. Maybe they're bumping it up. I will claim that token because I've been maxed at 200 on any boost. Let's see. They've got a Tennessee and Georgia football game boost. Oh, they bumped me up. I'm now at a max of 500 on it. I like it. Let me claim all these. I've always wished that I could get a bigger amount on their bonuses. More than the 200 max. So I like it. I'm not going to complain. Fender Bender, did somebody really take my post down? What post are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. There's only 2 people that can delete something in here besides YouTube, and that's me and Edward, and Edward's not in. And Edward's, I mean, you got to be really bad. Edward gives people way more benefit of the doubt than me. And we usually don't delete, because if somebody deletes something, it'll say message deleted. And very seldom do we delete. We just go straight to the fucking block button. It's generally what we do. If somebody posts something so derogatory that we got to delete it, we generally just hit the block button. So, alrighty.
Everybody.
I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for a big day. All right, sorry, I was reading something. LaShawn says double dipping. I like double dipping, right? All right, live odds. Awfully odd. Bada bing bing. All right, East Carolina and Tulsa. We'll start there. Big number on this one. Tulsa catching the 15 at home against ECU. You can get, it's actually 14.5 minus 105, or East Carolina laying 14.5 minus 115 with a total sitting in the 63 range, anywhere from 63 minus 105 to 63 and a half. 63 minus 115, excuse me, or 63 and a half minus 105. And everything is like dog shit slow today. I mean, just press the button and watch. ECU sitting 1 game away from being bowl eligible. Can they do it today? Can they secure a win as a double-digit favorite against Tulsa? Let's take a look at Tulsa. They did come off a 59-21 ass beating by UAB this last week. And actually, they're coming off a bye, so 2 weeks ago. Before that, they had a big win over UTSA, and it was a big win by 1 point. Super high-scoring game where we saw 91 points. It was a 46-45 final. They did get blown out by North Texas, losing 52-20 on the road. They beat Louisiana Tech on the road, 23-20 in a very close game, and they lost to Oklahoma State. They got smoked by them by 35 points. They lost to Arkansas State by 4, and they beat Northwestern State in the beginning of the season to mark their first win of the season, and that is their 3 victories. ECU, on the other hand, ECU's been playing good football, but are they playing good enough to, win by well over 2 touchdowns on the road against a Tulsa team? Well, let's take a look. They played Florida Atlantic in their last game last week on the 7th, and they beat them 49-14 at home. ECU was at home. Before that, against Temple, they were at home. They beat them 56-34. Big wins at home. Travel on the road, and Army got the best of them. Army smoked them 45-28. If you guys remember that game, I think Army was laying like 16.5. And we just barely crept in. I mean, we barely got that one at the very end of the game. On the road against Charlotte, they lost. They got smoked on the road. Against UTSA at home, they won. All right? On the road at Liberty, I'm telling you this, they lost. They have 1 road win, and it was in week 2. It was their first road game. They played Old Dominion. They won 20-14. Since then, they have not won a game on the road. They lost to Liberty. They lost to Charlotte. They lost to Army. And here they are traveling against Tulsa. Can they secure a second road win today? Yeah, Fender Bender, nobody's deleting anything in here. If it was something... you probably said something, because I see a post by YouTube, which is just an AI automated thing that says, remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. So I'm assuming that warning popped up because you said something you weren't supposed to in your joke or something. It's all I can think of. That is all I can think of. Anthony says, East Carolina big today, 2-team teaser, East Carolina and Philly. Nathan says the plus 14.5. This is one of those games that you can literally plead a case for Tulsa plus the 14.5. And honestly, I think if you wait, you're going to get a higher number. I think this game will be 16.5 or 17 before kickoff. I think it has the making for the line to go higher. So if you are going to be betting it, I would probably hold off. If you're going to be betting Tulsa, that is, I would probably hold off and wait. If you're going to be betting ECU, I think your opportunity to get the best line is going to be now rather than later. As far as the total goes, 63.5. It's a toss-up as of right now. Lean towards the over, but I mean, I can plead a case why it gets very close to 63 without going over. But then again, I can also tell you why it does go over. And, in my feelings anyways, analytical-wise. So, as of right now, lean towards the over, but... nothing as of yet. My personal plays are not out yet. I think premium plays will be going on the website soon. They're locked and loaded. But as far as my personal plays go, they are not available yet, but they will be shortly after the live show. Diving a little deeper into some first half numbers. ECU laying 8.5 in the first half. That first half total of 32.5. Unless they come out just balls to the walls in that first quarter, I don't see the 32.5 going over in the first half. I'd probably steer clear of it. It's possible. I mean, first quarter total is at 13.5. I can definitely... and they've got it juiced minus 140. So, I can see the first quarter hitting. But they're going to have to pick it up and to get that full first half total of 32.5. Is it possible? Fuck yeah, it is. Absolutely. First quarter, Tulsa plus 4.5 is juicy. 10-7. Cashes 10-10, 3-3, 7-3 cashes 7-7, 14-10. You guys get where I'm going here? Tulsa, first quarter. I am going to be making a wager on that. In a second or two. So if you guys want to go ahead and make a wager on that one, that would be Tulsa plus 4.5 in the first quarter. Now, if they go down 2 touchdowns, then we're going to be shit out of luck. But I think Tulsa keeps it close enough within the first quarter that the 4.5 will cover. I'm not betting huge on it. But we will be betting on it. All right, ready to rock and roll right now. Let's see. First quarter action plus 4.5. Chewing on ice is never a good thing. 384 to win 300. Get back 684. Let me make my screenshot. I feel like I'm running on turtle speed. Ever since I left the office to go get the little one, now I feel like I'm running on straight turtles, like turtle speed, like, ugh. Just tired. Tulsa first quarter bet going up on the screen. I bet it little. Not big. It's not a big play. Just to win 300. Put it right there so you can see the pole is spinning. And we are winning. All right, guys. I will be back in about 2 minutes. I missed 2 phone calls from my house, so I got to call and check on my little one real quick. So give me 2 minutes. We'll have some haters make us famous on, and then we'll come back. And remember, if you guys want giveaways, you got to, do that. So make sure you do that, because you're about halfway there. Be back in 2, and we'll dive into some NFL and then some college basketball.
Warning, this is not intended for one hater, but all haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters.
Call it my battleground. I'm on that center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them haters that be talking about us, they be hating on our grind, cause you know we coming up. We be spending all the time on these rhymes and the clubs. You can't steal my shine, cause I'm prime, never mind, cause fame and fortune be the only notion for them haters. Do many years in the game, so you know I pay my dues. No need for the fame, I'm taking names, so I know. And when Moshe blows up, I'm emailing all them.
Haters make me famous.
What the haters know about that Moshe music? Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I do this 25/8 pain and sweat on these tracks, haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I have no dinner table, but my studio is the kitchen. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I got a degree on my wall, so it says I know what I'm doing. Haters.
Haters.
I dust off them haters, and then I take a pause. It's a shame that this game got us all so involved. They flapping their jaws and they grinding their teeth. Everybody fighting for the microphone on my beats. See my and my word is all I have. Call me Tony Montana on this label that I have. Having anger towards everyone, reaching success. Haters coming, and I'll be their number one prospect. I work real hard, it gains some respect. 24 hours on the beats and the internet. We fighting like some dogs, showing flaws with no regrets. While we fighting for the same bone on this conquest. Man march occupies my mind frame. Yes, one man self-taught fool with knowledge. Haters,
Haters make me famous.
I don't give what all y'all think. For real. Haters.
Haters.
I don't take them back seats, I take the front row. If you're on my team, then you're sitting next to me. So loyal to the game, like my wifey and she show. No, I'm headed for the top, so no need for these side shows. My mic blows truth while them fools making up. My beats be my bullets, fully automatic, spitting blood. In their eyes, I can tell that they hate me while I'm blowing up on the internet. Faithfully, I got the upper hand, man. My fam got faith in me. I solid like a rock with my hip hop family. From the 425 through the streets of Miami, with them deucems up, man.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to take a little FaceTime with the little one. Blake, what are they all doing? Well, they're just, waiting around for somebody else to do it, and when we give the giveaway, they're just here for the free plays and the giveaways. You know what would be funny? Actually, it wouldn't be funny. It'd be kind of cool. I could turn the chat into a members-only chat. That would force people to become a member. You want to chat and converse? Be a member! I could do that. I could make it so only giveaways are members only. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea. It'd be a fun idea. Drive memberships up. Xavier, thanks for jumping on board on my personal plays for today. Should be a good day on my personal plays. I like what's going to be coming out to you guys. All right. Moving along, NFL action. Eagles laying 3.5 minus 120. Commanders plus 3.5 minus 102, which means you could get 4 minus $1.12 somewhere if you're shopping around. I'm just saying. Total on this one sitting over and under 49.5 with Commanders a plus 176 money line favorite, minus 210 for the Eagles. Got the hiccups now. I know a lot of you guys are riding high on the Eagles today. Moving all my pages over to the NFL for stats and trends. Should be good today. 7-3 versus 7-2. I think we get a good game today. I think this is going to be a fun game. CMM says works for me, right? Let's take a look at the Eagles. Let's take a look at the Eagles. They dismantled the Cowboys, which has not been hard. They just beat them 34-6. Before that, they beat the Jaguars, which hasn't been hard, 28-23. They beat the Bengals 37-17. They beat the Giants 28-3. They beat the Browns 20-16. The last time they played a team that was halfway decent was the Buccaneers, and they lost in Tampa 33-16, but they will definitely be in Philadelphia today. They did beat the Pack. The Vikings beat them earlier in the season at home, 26-3, with wins over the Ravens on the road and the Patriots on the road to start the season as well. The Commanders. The Commanders. They fell to the Steelers last week at home. Steelers went down to Washington, and they beat them. Beat them by 1, 28-27. They beat up the Giants 27-22. Had that big lead, let the Giants slip back in. They beat the Bears 18-15 in a close game. They beat the Panthers 40-7. Those 3 wins we just talked about, I put down as gimme games, even though 2 of them were close. They had a very close game with the Ravens, losing by 7. They beat the Browns 34-13. They beat the Cardinals, who are trending in the right direction right now. They also beat the Bengals 38-33. They also beat the Giants back in week 2 in a close game, and they lost by 17 to the Buccaneers. Both teams have one thing in common. They both lost to the Bucs on the road. As far as this game goes, if you want to know who we're on, you'll have to be on board for our plays for that one. I'm going to be stingy with that one because that's part of one of our packages. The total on this one, I don't like the hook, but I got it going over 49.5. If you ask me, I think the game goes over. Early lean on that one, and it's been my lean all along, is the over 49.5. I wouldn't be betting the under, and maybe I'm completely wrong, and maybe I'm just going to get beat up on this one after the game. But, to me, it would be betting the over or nothing at all. I just don't see betting the under, but then again, with my luck, it'll be 27-3 Eagles or something weird like that, right? So I do steer clear of the total unless you're betting the over. That's just my personal opinion. Anytime touchdown, Saquon Barkley. Anytime touchdown, he did not get one last week when he should have, but the tush push came in. Barkley, a minus 185 money line favorite to score a touchdown today, plus 380 for the first. Jalen Hurts minus 125. Obviously, he's always a favorite. If they get within the 2-yard line, that tush push, is going to probably happen more so than handing off to Barkley. Although last week they did the tush push, so maybe this week they'll do a handoff to Barkley instead. A.J. Brown plus 135, I think, is live to get a touchdown today. Brian Robinson Jr. back on the board with odds for this game because, if you guys know, he was not around last week. And as far as injury update to go, he's expected, a.k.a. expected to make his return. I believe there is no more injury tag next to his name, so he should definitely be good to go. Terry McLaurin plus 175 for a touchdown. Jaden Daniels plus 195. Eckler plus 210. Can Eckler get it in the end zone again? That might be hard with Brian Robinson Jr. coming back, but I did like what we saw out of Eckler last week. Noah Brown! Noah Brown! You guys know we were riding high on Noah Brown last week. You guys know we were riding high on Noah Brown. He's plus 330 to score, but better yet, let's go look at his receiving props. Noah Brown is sitting at 38.5 yards. Zach Ertz, 33.5. Ooh, Terry McLaurin over 60.5, which, by the way, if you watch the Daily Free Play video, you know where I stand on that play. And if you didn't watch it, shame on you. You should probably go and watch it. Saquon Barkley's receiving yards is set at 13.5. That's going to be a pass for me. Noah Brown, his reception prop is over 3.5. Terry McLaurin is over 4.5, which I definitely like. Not just a deep threat, which I think will probably be a little harder this week than normal for a deep ball, but I do like him picking up all the mid-range shots as well. I actually had something saved to share, but let's see. A.J. Brown is over 5.5. Not a big fan of the 5.5. Not a big fan of the 5.5. In the rush category, Saquon Barkley over 93.5. Let's be honest. Saquon's going to get his yardage. One way or another, he's going to eat. He's going to get his 100 yards. Jaden Daniels over 43.5 is tempting. Jaden Daniels over 43.5 is definitely tempting in the rush category. You take a look at what he normally does. And I mean, last week, he didn't have any. He had, 5 yards? The week before that against the Giants, he had 35. Then he had a couple weeks where he was in the 50. I like Jaden Daniels to rip down the field today with his legs. But nonetheless, I'm not telling you to take it, but I do like it. I do like it. Looking at something right here, possibly another prop. And I say possibly. We say possibly. By the way, Brian Robinson Jr., his first quarter rushing yards is set at 10.5. First quarter. I'm definitely a fan of that first quarter prop. Definitely am a fan of it. Terry McLaurin's first quarter receiving yards at 9.5. Fan. 100% fan. Henry Warden says no deep passes today for Washington Eagles. Play a lot of cover 4 and cover 6. There'll be some opportunities. May not be a lot, but there'll be an opportunity or two. as far, again, as the total goes, to me, I'm over or bust. You're not going to find me catching the under on this one. First quarter props. Already went over. As far as TD scorers go, I'll tell you who I like. Not necessarily say I'm going to have a bet on them, but Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Brian Robinson Jr., Terry McLaurin. Just them four right there. If you can get 4 touchdowns out of those 4 is a plus 1838. There is a no sweat token. I've got a $500 no sweat bet available. $500 on that would pay back $9,192 plus my $500 back. So definitely going to have a big no sweat token out there for $500 today. But just throwing that out there, those are the 4 anytime touchdowns that I like. Again, Barkley. Actually, sorry, that was with the wrong one in there. It's actually a plus 2275, and that's Barkley, Brown, Robinson Jr., and Terry McLaurin. Anytime touchdowns right there. Norman Hill, thank you for jumping on board the UFC Fight Pick of the Year combo package, including a week of my personal plays. Thank you, Norman. As well as the big NHL guaranteed play today. And for everybody that doesn't know, Average Card Collector, hello. Today, it's a big day today. Not only do we get Thursday Night Football, we get the one college football game, we got an NBA game, a full board of college basketball and NHL, but highlighting the company's day is the soccer game of the week, which is not a morning game. And I believe they have the wrong cutoff time on there. The soccer game of the week cutoff is later in the day. I'm trying to see what the cutoff time is, where it's going to be taken off the website. So you really have until 4 p.m. Eastern time to get on board the soccer game of the week. You have until 4 Eastern time to get on board the soccer game of the week. But they're not done there yet. When that game's done, later on tonight, the NHL guys have dropped their guaranteed NHL play for this week. And that has an 8 p.m. Eastern time is when it's coming off the website. So you have plenty of time to get on board that one. That is going to be a great game. So not only do you have the soccer game of the week at $50, but then you've got the NHL guaranteed play tonight. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun money-making day. And I know they had the wrong date on there. They had Halloween date on there on the email I see. I just let Jay know that he screwed it up and should probably send it back out with the updated start times. So it's going to be a fun day. And for everybody that's on board, get ready, man. Sit down. Get ready, and we're going to make some money today. And if you're not on board, you still got plenty of time to get on board because it's going to be a fun day today. Henry, I believe it went up a little bit as soon as it got released and everybody bet it. I think they pushed it up a little bit. But, I mean, it's still moderate. It's still good to bet it. Money's money. Juice only matters if you lose. The juice only matters if you lose, and I don't think those boys are losing. I like it. So me personally, I don't care if the line went up or down. I was still betting it. But yeah, it went up a little bit from when they posted it. But I mean, that happens. Soccer's like UFC. Like, those lines can fucking just... Where it takes a decent amount for a football game or even a baseball game money line to go from like a minus 160 to a minus 180. It takes a lot of betting. Whereas in soccer, it's like, oh, I'm thinking about betting it for $5,000. Yeah, let me change the line on you. Soccer is very, very volatile just because the betting market on soccer is bigger than the United States. Whereas 99% of all the betting action on American sports comes within the United States and, you know, our neighbors, Canada and down south in Mexico. Whereas soccer is worldwide. So those lines change in the middle of the night sometimes. Those lines change at fucking middle of the morning. And the swings on them can go pretty good. So with soccer's like the UFC. You just, whatever the line is, you take it in stride, knowing that juice only matters when you lose, and if it don't lose, then you got nothing to worry about. But no, it's not a crazy high bet or nothing like that. But I like making money, so I've always had that motto, the juice only matters if you lose, because I like making money. All right, it says I have 5 rewards on FanDuel. 25, no sweat, 30, 30, and a 50. Oh, the 50's for this weekend. All right, that explains why. That explains why. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for a big day. So as far as the game goes, if you want to know, you're going to have to get on board. As far as the side goes, I will say this, although I literally just lost my live odds. Here we go. Let me get them back up. The first quarter, because we were talking about that before I got sidetracked, and you guys know me and my brain is always going a million miles an hour, so I can very easily get sidetracked. First quarter total on this one, 9.5. I like the over. I think both teams score, and I just hope I'm not wrong in it being field goal, or 2 field goal. But I think both teams score at least once in the first quarter, and so hopefully it's 7-3 or 7-7, even better. But I do believe we get some points in that game, especially early. So just putting it out there, first quarter, over 9.5, minus 114. I'm not telling you guys it's a free play, but it should be. So if you're paying attention, you know exactly what I just said, and if you're not paying attention, then you missed it. And if you're not paying attention, you're probably one of the people that didn't hit the thumbs up button, so it's not looking like you're going to have a giveaway today. We're not going to be live for too much longer because I got to get home to the little missus who is at home sick from school today. So I've got somebody watching her for me until I'm done with the live show. Gandering through college basketball. And remember, if you want a free play in the NFL, go watch Daily Free Play video. There's a great one there, which I definitely believe cashes. There's some crazy lines in college basketball today. Missouri laying 34.5. I get it. They're playing Mississippi Valley State, who did lose, and they lost to Iowa State, and they lost by 39. But, that's just, for not a top-ranked basketball school. Wichita State laying 7.5 against Northern Iowa. I like Wichita State here. I don't think 7.5 is a crazy number. Here's one that I just can't wrap my brain around. How bad did ASU men's basketball turn out to be? They're 2-1 on the season. They are playing in Phoenix today at the Footprint Center where the Phoenix Suns play. They're playing Grand Canyon University, another local team here, another local Arizona team. Arizona State is 2-1 on the season. They started out the year with a win over Idaho State, 55-48. They beat up Santa Clara, 81-74. They were in a close battle against Gonzaga, and they lost by 8 points. They're playing Grand Canyon University today, and they are the underdog at the Footprint Center. They're catching 5.5 points. Now, GCU has always played Arizona and Arizona State exceptionally well. In-state rival, they've always been, the little bastard child, the little redheaded stepchild. Sorry for all the redheaded stepchilds that are watching this show. But that's how they've always been treated in college basketball when it comes to the Arizona schools. They've got a win over Cal State Fullerton where they beat them by 10. And then they beat Western Kentucky 74-72. And here they are laying 5.5 against Arizona State. Arizona State has always recruited great college basketball players. I just can't see and wrap my brain around how Arizona State can be that bad to where they're catching points here against GCU. GCU is going to be a tough battle. I mean, they faced off 3 years ago, and 3 years ago is 3 years ago, and even back then it was close. ASU won by 5. And I definitely feel it's going to be a close game. I mean, I don't know how you don't take ASU in this situation, just saying. They probably get blown out somehow and embarrassed, but I just can't wrap my brain around how you would not take the 5.5 points on the better coached and statistically the better recruited ASU. LSU and Kansas State. LSU on the road catching 8 points. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Total in that game over and under 148.5. I'd like to say the under, but I have a sneaky suspicion it's that line is pretty flippin' perfect. So I'd stay away from the total on that one. Northern Colorado against South Dakota State. These matchups are always good. Definitely lean towards South Dakota State on the money line if I was going to do anything on this game. The Running Rebels, UNLV facing Nebraska of Omaha. The Running Rebels laying 17.5 at home. I mean, it's been a long time since I've put a wager on the Running Rebels laying more than a dozen, let alone 17.5. I can't fathom doing it. Some late night action junkie special. NAU, Northern Arizona. That's the Flagstaff school against Pacific. Pacific laying 5.5. I think that line is off. I think it should be closer to a pick 'em regardless that Pacific's the home team here. If anything, I'd probably take NAU plus the points, but again, I don't have a dollar on that game. And then the last game on the board, Seattle versus Cal Poly. Cal Poly usually plays pretty tough. Total on this one over 152.5. Lean towards the under. Xavier says, I like Arizona State to win outright. I don't see how GCU pulls it off. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the talent that ASU recruits will get the job done. They're plus 176 on the money line, so I do like ASU in that game too. The NBA game is part of our plays today. So if you want to know on the one NBA game, you'll have to be on board for that one. But Xavier, I do agree with you on Arizona State. They might have a blemish on their record. They just hung tough with Gonzaga. They just hung real tough with Gonzaga. But the NBA game, Mavericks and the Jazz, that should definitely be a good game. We've got a good play on that one. It's part of one of our packages. I'm all looking at the last time they sent out the email thinking that they didn't do it. They didn't do what I just asked them to do, but they did. They did. I'm still screwed up with daylight savings time. The reason why we always use East Coast time for our games is because that's what our website is built around East Coast time, so. All right. That is what I have for today. Short little day today as far as games go, but there you go. Really like Tulsa first quarter plus the 4.5. Other things that we went over lean wise, I think Noah Brown goes over his yards today. Probably see that in a package, believe it or not. Gave you guys who I liked as touchdowns. ASU plus the points today, I think is a winner, flat out a winner. I do. I think there's some really good college basketball games today. Maybe not to watch, but to make money on. I think there's some really good college basketball games to make money on. So I'm super pumped that we're finally getting teams that are getting into their 4th and 5th game. That way we can get to the 6th, 7th, and 8th game. That way I can start pounding them. But I am out of here. I'm going to go home and take care of my little ones. I'm going to send my games. Actually, I'll leave them with Jay. That way he can post my plays when I give him the go-ahead. I got to check one thing when I get home, which takes me 12 minutes to get back to my house from here. So now 14 is the time of day. 14 minutes, and then I'll take a look and let Jay know it's good to go to post. So plays should be out shortly. And then we'll be back live tomorrow. Same time, same place. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Don't forget. Soccer game of the week today. NHL guaranteed play today. My personal play game of the week is tomorrow. So if you were on it last week, no need to email in and say, hey, I don't have access to it. If you wake up tomorrow and I'm live, at the time of the live show, if you don't have access to it, then you can let me know. Then you can let me know. There's plays from the Eagle game, Blake, in both packages. Both premium and personal plays have plays on the Eagles game. Same thing with FC's group's plays from what I saw earlier. From what I saw. Xavier, thanks for jumping on board my personal plays for today. JJ, I really appreciate you. As well as everybody else that, regardless of losing here, winning tomorrow, losing one day, winning the next day, you guys ride the cycle with me because you guys know we may have a bad day yesterday. Today will be a great day. You guys know we always bounce back and we're well ahead, not only short term, but the long term as well. So appreciate each and every single one of you guys, and we will be back tomorrow. And see you guys all on the